Okay, and let me got it and okay. All right, so I think we're streaming. I hope we're streaming into our Healthy Living community group. So if we are and you are there in our Healthy Living community group, I just want to say hello. And my name is Carrie Brummett. I have been with the Healthy Living community group for 20 years now. And I'm a marketing director. I've been partnering with this company for over 20 years because I just wholeheartedly believe in our mission. And our mission is to inspire healthier living around the world. And that just starts with you and maybe your family and maybe your community. But we're so grateful for this community and that we get to share with you on all kinds of different topics relating to our health and well-being. And because this month, May, the month of May, we just have a couple more days, so we're kind of coming in under the radar here at the last of the month, but it still is Mental Health Awareness Month. And here at the Healthy Living community, we believe in mind, body, spirit. So we believe that you have to treat the whole body. And we like to do that in ways that we can do it holistically as we can. We know the importance of mental health in relationship to our well-being. And so we tonight are so thrilled and excited to be able to bring to you a very special friend of mine, Sherry Himmich, who is just a fantastic person and has been practicing her own health journey for a long time. And she'll share maybe a little bit more of that with you. But alongside of that, she's an RN. She's also a certified integrative nutrition health coach. She's a wife. She's a mama of 3 grown men now. They're kind of men now. But just to put it in perspective of how Sherry and I know each other and how long we've known each other is I had one of those grown men in preschool. So that doesn't date us or anything, does it, Sherry?
Not at all.
Not at all. But I love that. And she, we've really kind of formed this even tighter bond now through this Healthy Living community group. And so I'm so grateful for you, Sherry. I'm so grateful that you have joined us and that you're going to get to share some of your knowledge with us tonight. I just wanted to kind of share a couple of things about Sherry that I appreciate. Number one, if you ask Sherry to say yes to something, she is an all-in kind of girl. If she says yes, she's all in, she's fully committed. You can be certain that she does her homework and that she is sure of what she's sure of. And I so appreciate about you, Sherry, because I am kind of a fly by the seat of my pants girl. And so I like to surround myself with really smart people. And so that's why I love Sherry and want her alongside of me all the time. And then the second thing that I really love about her is our love of all things of Italy. We have a love affair with Italy, and she's actually headed to Italy next week, and I'm kind of jealous of that. But anyway, I'm happy for you that you get to do that and go bring back a little Italy for me. So with all that being said, I'm so thankful that you're here to talk about one of our new products, Luminate, and a little bit what you've discovered through your own experience, but also the homework you've done on it. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Sherry.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really excited about this new product. I guess I should start with, I grew up on processed food. I was eating Frankenberry cereal and Hostess cherry pies. And I didn't really know any better. And after college, I joined the Navy and I moved to the East Coast and met people, specifically my roommate, And then my husband, who ate differently, uh, they they ate whole foods, and I was realizing obviously that nutrition plays a big factor in your health. My husband's mother is Sicilian. She never had processed food in her house. She fed those boys the best of everything and still does. Um, so that was kind of the start of it, I guess. And I went to nursing school after my 4 years in the Navy. And I had one clinical nutrition course, which is really sad. Um, I worked in an emergency room first and then a cardiac unit. I also worked in child psychology. So while I appreciate what Western medicine can offer for sick people, I'm way more interested in prevention of disease. It wasn't until I moved here and started life with my three boys that my connection with the preschool teacher, Miss Lori Mogg and Carrie Brummett, um, introduced me to Juice Plus and this community. So I'm proof that it's never too late to turn the ship around. I started Juice Plus, I think, when I was 50, and I'm going on 58 in the fall. So during the pandemic, I earned my certificate in integrative nutrition, health coaching, and I just keep researching and keep learning. And so that's been fascinating. So again, I'm super excited about Luminate. I had already been using mushroom powder in my smoothies. I had rhodiola and ashwagandha on my supplement shelf. So I had been already doing that for months. I was trying to keep the stress down, the cortisol levels even. You know, when that happens, your hormones are better balanced. And, you know, your energy goes up. You know, your weight can be controlled better. So that was kind of my goal, all of those things. My son also deals with anxiety. So I had ashwagandha for him. So when I read the ingredients on the Luminate box and realized it was the herbs and the products I was already using, it was confirming and reassuring to me that this company had researched and produced a pick me up in a packet that could just be added to water. Love that. Um, so I kind of want to start tonight just with a couple of physiological concepts that demonstrate a benefit for the Juice Plus products that we use. First, is the idea of free radicals. These are molecules that have unpaired electrons, and it makes them highly unstable and reactive. This causes oxidative stress and damage to cells. Examples of where those come from are pollution, toxic chemicals, radiation, poor nutrition from processed foods, alcohol, smoking, cancer, and atherosclerosis are examples of free radical disease. To counter oxidative stress, we want antioxidants. Antioxidants act as radical scavengers. So they're like the little Pac-Man that eat up those free radicals. When you have oxidative stress, maybe a visual picture, and this is from the Juice Plus clinical trial, is an apple that's browning. It's got oxidation going on. So we want antioxidants in our diet. The second concept I wanted to touch on is chronic stress, just caused by life. We have busy, stressful lives that cause overwhelm and anxiety, sadness, a lot of distraction. But we also have amazing bodies that respond to these things. With the sympathetic nervous system, we have the fight, flight, or freeze, and then the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. So the problem comes when our sympathetic nervous system stays on chronically. If you are always in that adrenaline rush, fight, flight, or freeze, your cortisol levels, they should peak early in the morning and drop off during the day. when you have chronic stress, they just stay high and level. And that is not good for our bodies at all. It creates a chain reaction of higher blood sugar levels and therefore inflammation. And we all know that chronic inflammation is at the root of disease and puts us at increased risk for heart disease, obesity, GI problems, diabetes, and mental health problems, including insomnia. A lot of you have been working on gut health, the gut-brain axis. A lot of those hormones and neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, they are made in the gut. And when we have dysbiosis and inflammation, that really messes everything up. So that's how that can cause mental health issues. So what can we do about this? In the case of oxidative stress, we can increase our antioxidants through consumption of high quality whole food plant-based nutrition. And our Juice Plus capsules help with that. They help support that and give us that oomph and anti-inflammatory, antioxidant boost that we all need. You know, it bridges the gap between what we should eat and what we actually eat. In the case of inflammation caused by chronic stress, we could do things like deep breathing, yoga, meditation, and we can take natural substances called adaptogens. And just like the word suggests, these are plants and herbs that stimulate the body's resistance to physical, emotional, and environmental stressors. And neurotropics are substances that primarily activate cognitive function, such as memory, learning. They improve the brain supply of glucose and oxygen, and they protect brain tissue from neurotoxicity. Neurotropics are very well tolerated. So we can go through some of these ingredients that are in Luminate because there are adaptogens and neurotropics in the Luminate, as I say, pick-me-up packet that you can add to water. So the adaptogens that are listed on there, there's 2 mushroom powders that are in there, lion's mane and cordyceps. And lion's mane has been shown to be neuroprotective. It could protect against dementia. It promotes nerve growth. A lot of the studies are in test tubes and with animals. We do need more studies with humans, but there was a 2020 study in people with mild Alzheimer's, and they found that supplementation with lion's mane improved cognitive test scores. It decreases inflammation and helps relieve mild anxiety and depression. And it also boosts the immune system. Cordyceps may boost exercise performance and endurance. It has anti-aging properties, and it has potential for anti-tumor effects, and it may help manage type 2 diabetes. It has an increased antioxidant activity, which we discussed earlier with the oxidative stress, and it helps boost immunity. Ashwagandha is an herb. It is also called Indian ginseng. It has been shown to decrease inflammation, stress, and anxiety. There was a study that showed that they divided chronically stressed individuals into different groups with different doses of ashwagandha. And they used a commonly known anxiety scale that showed that overall stress was decreased by 71%. They also showed a decrease in serum cortisol, which is great, and serum C-reactive protein, which is a marker of inflammation. They also saw a decrease in pulse rate and blood pressure in that study. It also increases immunity and increases brain function. Rhodiola, another herb, is known to increase athletic performance, decrease anxiety and stress. It can help and manage and improve depression. It has, rhodiola has Zoloft-like effects without the side effects. And then there's sage leaf. It can stimulate the central nervous system functions, increasing memory. It aids in digestion. It decreases inflammation and has estrogenic effects, so it can help ease hot flashes. So those are the adaptogens. And like I said, they help your body adapt to stressors that come at us from every angle all day long. It helps fight the negative effects of chronic stress. And then the neurotropics, which increase cognitive function and memory, that is the Alpinia galanga and the coffee berry. Alpinia galanga is related to ginger and turmeric, and I think we know that those are a rich source of antioxidants and including polyphenols, and great for anti-inflammation. Alpinia galanga has also been shown to increase memory, decrease blood sugar, and LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, so to speak. Coffee berry is sort of that stimulant with a little bit of caffeine that helps you focus better. There was a study published in Nutritional Neuroscience, and it found a single dose of coffee berry extract could boost alertness and mood for 6 hours. So what I really, when I took this for the first time, I didn't really have any expectations except that it was going to flavor my water. I drink tons of water all day long and don't really put anything in it. So, but I did know that all of those herbs and substances that are in it are things that I already use and enjoy. So that was really, I just knew I was putting something good in my body that tasted better than plain water. So what happened when I went to a nursing conference, it was 8 hours long and it was lots of statistics, lots of research. And you go eat lunch and you come back in the afternoon and you're like, you have the afternoon slump. One nurse next to me was falling asleep and the other one was looking anywhere she could find a cup of coffee. So I just poured my Luminate in my water bottle. And within about 10 minutes, I just felt calm and very clear. And was able to get through the rest of the 4 hours of the lecture, took great notes. I definitely could tell a difference. So it's more than just great herbs that have a long-term effect on your inflammation and immunity. It does work right away, in my personal experience. So that's what I have. I think it's a great product. And I'm so happy that Juice Plus came up with this.
I know, me too. The pick me up in a packet. I love that. That is, I mean, I think Juice Plus should use that as their like coin phrase because it totally is. And so, Sherry, I cannot thank you enough. I wrote so many notes. I couldn't write fast enough. Sherry and I kind of went over this earlier today, and I still wrote more notes the second time around. So I promise I will be watching this again. But right now, I want to have Emily Otten, who is a young mama of a almost 1-year-old, share her story and just her experience. Emily, can you share what your experience is with Luminator has been?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I love everything you just shared, Sherry, because it just makes so much sense that we just need support in these areas. And I also didn't know all of that with your background. So it's really fun to see just how integrative nutrition plays a role in you sharing. So I have to show you guys. I'm packing my summer beach bag. Carrie actually just got this today for me for a birthday gift. And I was like, okay, I don't know if this is planned, but it matches my Luminate perfectly. So I being a new mom, you guys, this fell into my lap at the perfect timing. I didn't really have any expectations. I'll just preface with saying I'm not an energy drink drinker. I do drink coffee 3 to 4 times a week in the morning. but I don't have to have it. I've been 3 days without it right now and I'm totally fine. So it wasn't necessarily me looking for energy, but I love the afternoon pick me up. So my favorite time to drink it is around nap time when I put Olivia down. And what I notice is this was not I had no expectations, but I was kind of skeptical of like what I would notice. And I noticed almost within 10, 15 minutes, I'm in a better mood. Like I'm just, not that I'm like necessarily in a bad mood, but I'm just in a better mood, dancing around, happy. And I'm able to focus on a specific task, which for me is a really big deal because I have like squirrel brain. When I go to sit down and do something, I get distracted within a few minutes. So I like to kind of strategize when I drink my Luminate. If I'm gonna go, do something specific, I'll even drink it before a workout. But what's really cool is learning about the adaptogens and the nootropics and all the benefits, because I think everything Sherry just shared is really just scratching the surface of what we're learning about. And for me, it was just knowing that like I can give my body all of these other added nutrients that aren't in our capsules and aren't in the complete. And it just allows me to have mental clarity, which is huge. As a new mom, I'm like, okay, if I can have something that can support me even in the smallest way in that category, sign me up. And I just love the taste. It's like a summer refresher. Like I said, I was not an energy drink drinker, so I can't say that like I had to swap something out for this. It was a complete add-in, but it's really fun to have a product that is so effective and you can like notice it within minutes of drinking it. So I'm going to show you guys I packed this. Carrie, I don't know if you knew that this matched perfectly, but like this is my summer beach bag with my Luminate. So if you're packing your beach bag, put your capsules in it, put your Luminate. And my favorite way to mix it is just with cold water, like super basic. I've done it with sparkling water before and also mango kombucha. But cold water is, you can't mess it up. So thank you so much for sharing this. I've never been more excited about a new product. So I'm really grateful Juice Plus came out with it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, me too. And aren't we so clever? I mean, who knew that I was going to give you that bag today and it was going to be spot on with your Illuminate. It's a summer drink for sure. I do know some people that like it warm. So if you like that warm, cozy in the morning and you're looking to replace some coffee, thank you, Emily, for sharing. I know she's got a baby probably ready for bedtime. So I do know some people who love it warm. I haven't tried it warm yet because we kind of went into the warm months and I just like it like iced tea, basically. So real quick with me, I can be sensitive to caffeine in the afternoon. Like I don't drink coffee. I'm not an energy drinker either, but I also don't drink coffee in the afternoon because it can give me heart palpitations, it can give me jitters, and I definitely will not sleep. I am a postmenopausal woman. And so sleep is my number one thing that I'm after and looking at and looking for. So also coffee would always give me that coffee belly in the afternoon. Do you know what I'm talking about? Just icky feeling, buzzy head. So I just wouldn't do that. And if I would pay for it. And so what I realized with Luminate is number one, sometimes I'll just do a half pack. It just kind of works for me in the afternoon. And I'll do a half pack and I'll mix it with water. I have done full packs as well. If I know I have like a long night ahead of me and I drink it around 1 or 2, I don't get the jitters. I don't get the coffee belly feeling. So it has coffee berry, but it's not roasted. So it doesn't have a lot of the same, I think, toxicities that can come with, roasted bean without the berry and the fruit antioxidants. I also noticed that I am sleeping really well and I'm dreaming. I told Sherry this earlier. I'm vividly dreaming, which I thought was really fascinating, which I think is an indicator that you're kind of in that REM sleep. So that's a deeper sleep that we want to be after, right? I remember dreaming a lot as a kid. And then, as you age, maybe you don't sleep as well. And so you don't get into that REM sleep and you're not getting into that dreaming. So I thought that was very fascinating. I have sustained energy. The mood, definitely, I can appreciate that. Sometimes my husband, I'm like, it's okay, honey. I'm not going to let anything bother me today. So, what I'm really thankful for though is just knowing what's behind the ingredients. I've always, even when I started Juice Plus 20 years ago, and I was going to put it in my kids' bodies, and now my daughters take it when they're pregnant and my grandbabies take it, I wanted to know that it was safe and effective. And I know that the Juice Plus company does their homework on all the ingredients. And so I love all of this. I love that it has an estrogenic effect. It has that behaves like Zoloft without the side effects, because I know a lot of people that struggle and are on SSRIs. And if that's you and you need that, that is great. But sometimes I think something like this can also just help get you over the hump in a more natural way. So anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here. I want to thank you again, Sherry, for all your work on this, and just for your knowledge and your integrity in who you are and what you do, and just bringing yourself to the table and sharing with us. And Emily, thank you as well. And we are going to say good night, Healthy Living Community. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Carrie.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Just want to make sure that we ended there. Okay. Okay. I think it's done.
You stopped recording.
Okay. I stopped recording. I'm always a little paranoid because I'm like, all right, I just want to make sure that let me get out of here and just get back in and just make sure.
Oh, there was 2 things in the chat.
We're live, Emily said. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies. Sherry, you are so good. Oh my gosh.
I don't know about that, but
You were.
thanks for pushing me.
You were so good. See? Why don't you do it? And now, honestly, like, you could do this talk. Like, let's have a Luminate stand instead of a Lemonade stand.
A lemonade stand?
Yeah. Let's have a little Luminate party. And, but now that you kind of have this talk down, you could slide Juice Plus in there. You could have, you can just kind of add or take away on this. But this was so valuable. I mean, the information that you presented here was like amazing. And I know we're going to get tons and tons of great feedback there. So I'll pass it along to you, or you can go on there.
Then when you would see it just on the Facebook group?
So you can go back to the Healthy Living Community, and then you can, like, if you have customers in there and stuff, tag them so that they can go watch that. Or if you don't have them in there, add them in there, and then you can tag them. I also, did I stop the recording?